In the world of Blender, some colors and property values remain wild, unstable, untamed. This is the DriveDex, built to catch them, train them, and control them. Group your colors and controls into teams. Turn wild colors and properties into trained ones. One place to drive them all. The DriveDex. You, Master, are ready. Your journey begins now. To begin, install the add-in called DTA-Colors&Controls. Open Blender's Preferences. Go to the Add-ons tab. Click Install, choose the zip file, and activate it. Once it's done, the DriveDex will appear in the End panel, under the DTA-CC. Inside the DriveDex, colors and controls are grouped into teams. In this demo, we'll create 3 teams. One to manage the main elements of the DriveDex. One for the glowing LED indicators and the green screen loading bar. And one bonus team to show how to control a color ramp. Click Add Team to create them. Each team gets a default name. Now we'll add colors and controls to each team. In the first team, we create a color to drive 2 different materials of the DriveDex, the base and the lid. A float control to manage the lid's rotation. Another float control to simulate pressing the front open button. In the second team, we add one color to control the main blue LED of the DriveDex. One float control to manage its emission strength. An integer control to manage the green screen, loading bar. In the third team, we add 2 colors and 2 float controls to manage a color ramp, a little bonus trick. Let's rename our teams and their colors and controls. The first team becomes the DriveDex. The second team becomes LEDs and screen. And the third becomes background bonus. In the first team, the color is renamed DriveDex color. The first float control becomes lid opening. The second float control becomes BTN open. In the second team, the color becomes LED voice. The float control becomes LED voice EM for emission. The integer becomes loading bar. In the third team, the first color becomes ramp color 1. The first float control becomes edit ramp 1. The second color becomes ramp color 2. The second float control becomes edit ramp 2. Now we target the colors we want to control. Let's start by driving the 2 DriveDex materials, the matte red and the glossy red. In Blender, select the object. Find the material and the color you want to drive. Right-click and choose Catch this wild color. The link is now captured. You've caught a wild property. But be careful, until it's linked to a trained color, it can still escape. Make sure the clipboard still holds the link. Then go to the DriveDex. Find the right trained color. Click Apply Driver next to the color picker. That's it. Catch, then apply. Repeat it for as many colors or properties as you need, in one or multiple colors and controls. Once linked, the color is fully controlled, right from the DriveDex. Now for controls. They offer more flexibility. You can catch and apply a wild control at any time, before or after editing it. Here, we'll drive the opening of the DriveDex lid. Select the bone. Test its movement to find the best minimum and maximum values. Catch the wild control. Apply it to the right trained control. Then click Edit Control to open the editor pop-up. Set the correct min and max values. Now, we make sure the mechanism never exceeds its limits. Let's test it. Perfect. Now for the open button, same workflow. Test its range. Catch the wild control. Apply it. Set the limits. Great! For the loading bar, here's a tip. I use the shape key to create the first loading step, from 0 to 1. Then, an array modifier generates steps from 1 to 10. Because the array doesn't handle 0, we set the controls min to 0 and max to 10. Catch the wild control, apply it. Then edit the limits. Test. Perfect again. There are other ways to create a loading bar, for example, using geometry nodes, but with this simple method, you can easily create your own effects. And remember, you can drive any value, anywhere drivers are allowed. In this demo, we didn't strictly need it. But imagine, the DriveDex LED could change color depending on dialog context. Find the LED color in the shader. Catch and apply. Now you can control its color freely, without going back to the shader editor. And before that, we'll also drive the emission power of the LED. Set a range, maybe from 1 to 3. Catch the property, apply it to LED voice EM. And just for the flex, let's edit the control, set its subtype to %, and adjust the min and max to 1 and 3. About color ramps now. Managing color ramps in Blender is painful, especially if they're hidden inside groups. In this version, DTA-CC does not yet allow direct control of a color ramp. But we can work around it. We added 2 colors and 2 float controls. Since color ramp positions are always between 0 and 1, we edit the 2 float controls to lock their minimum and maximum values accordingly. Catch and drive the 2 colors and the 2 position values. Test. Fantastic! Now you can control the background gradient color anytime, without jumping between the shader editor, switching modes, or digging inside node groups. One big advantage of the DriveDex. You can animate both colors and controls directly from the panel. Pick a trained color or control. Change its value. Press I to insert a keyframe. Once linked, no need to search for the right object. No digging through materials or nodes. No need to constantly navigate across Blender's powerful, but sometimes extensive, UI. Everything is centralized. Clean. Fast. It saves you time, and keeps you focused on the creative part. In this demo, we covered just a few examples. But the possibilities are endless. You'll find your own creative ways to use your new companion, the DriveDex. Let's animate the different colors and controls we trained. When we hit play, everything comes to life. Different objects. Different materials. Different properties, even different UI areas inside Blender. Once captured, all managed from one place. No more endless clicking between shaders, objects, or keyframes. Just clear, centralized control with the DriveDex. You've only scratched the surface. These were just a few use cases, a starting point. The rest of the journey is yours to shape. Experiment. Invent. Master every aspect of your scene. Unlock its full power with your creativity. This is the special edition. This is DTA-CC. Become a master. Available now on Superhive Market and Gumroad. Links are in the description.